So today we have Heather Carroll with us. She is owner of Drip City MedSpa based in O'Fallon, Missouri. And I just want to talk a little bit about her career and her injecting experience and what that transition has been. So Heather, most people know you as a fitness guru.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your fitness life.
So I've just really grown up always involved in fitness and athletics. I, being a nurse in my career, did bodybuilding and stuff like that while I was still at the bedside nursing. And my best friend, he was running a gym business and didn't really. He just wanted to be the trainer, right? But he didn't have like the business background or acumen. So I was just starting out to just help him with the business aspects of it. And that kind of evolved into us partnering, to me being a trainer and leaving a medical device job. And that led into the aesthetic world through one of our gym members who was one of your Glo nurses early on when you were starting the training program. So
yeah, I would definitely say that face and body are connected. And actually, I have to take that back. It wasn't. I feel like there are so many times I go to the gym and I'm like, wow, if they only cared about their face as much as their body, because I feel like I came from the opposite experience where I became very face focused and never really had the time to care for my body.
Mm-hmm.
And feel like I always got away with it until now. And then I realized, well, oh my gosh, to sustain your energy and to actually feel good about yourself is like a whole package, right? My mentality was like, oh, you can always cover up your body, but you can't your face.
Yeah.
But then I would be in the gyms and I would see people who were so body focused, and I'm like, but don't they care about their face?
Mm-hmm.
Their body looks so good, but their face looks so old. And so you're basically a person who can provide solutions for both.
Yeah, right. And they are so connected. I mean, our health and wellness isn't just our body and our it is our face. Like our skin is the biggest organ we have, and it does go through a whole lot of connection with how you take care of your body, how your skin's going to remain youthful, and the food, the diet, the exercise, the hydration that you do, it all connects to one another. And I am glad to see that people are starting to connect the dots in taking care of themselves as a whole and not so segmented and this is my fitness or this is my self-care or this sort of thing, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And I have just had the pleasure of joining your gym recently. Team Branch, by the way, is the name drop. And I was, first of all, I used to be scared of like group workouts, but it's much different than the workouts that I was anticipating. I thought it was going to be like this drill sergeant class. However, I realized that Heather is a different person in the gym than she is anywhere else. And that's definitely where you see your confidence radiate by all means. But I'm going to go back to, though, like, I'm not going to throw my boyfriend under the bus in this episode per se, but like when you meet somebody with like a really good body and then they don't take care of their face, they just don't look like they belong together.
Yeah.
And I think you're an exception, and I hate to disclose your age publicly, but we're going to have to for your sake, because
I'm coming into it.
You just don't look your
51.
age.
Yeah.
51. She has a body. We're doing yoga on the beach, and Heather's doing handstands and things that I have not mastered in my own yoga practice, because I'm definitely more yogi than gym, but I'm getting used to this gym thing, right? And strength building.
Yeah.
But then like your face doesn't represent 51 either. And I don't think people even know that really like that's your forte also.
Yeah.
Because they know you as Gym Heather. So I think this is our opportunity to really be able to express that both of them are your passion.
Right.
And you're great at both of them. And you represent, like, you're a walking billboard for yourself because you look like you're 40.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I do need to embrace and lean into 50 and now 51 and look at it as more of a something to be proud of, that I'm physically fit, more capable than the typical 50-year-old and above, and that I do pride myself in like good, not only taking care of myself, but my skin and helping others do those things too. I think it's very rewarding to see somebody excel in the gym, and then to also help somebody being behind the chair who has some insecurities or things that they would like to improve aesthetically, be able to help them there, because it just, both things exude confidence in somebody. And so that's what's most rewarding, to being able to do both.
And energy levels. So like I hit 42 and I just feel like my energy levels are plummeting, and that's why I really started to focus on putting effort, not only just for the physical aspect, but literally like for the mental well-being, and just like to sustain, because as entrepreneurs, right, now you run 2 businesses, like it takes a lot out of your day, and like for your energy level to match, like I can't imagine myself at 51 at your age and being able to sustain, unless I didn't make necessary changes in my life, because I can barely manage now. And so how do you do it? Like, would you attribute it to your physical well-being?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think diet and exercise first and foremost are the most underutilized mental health tool and medical treatment that we have. And it always seems that people think it's counterintuitive to think, get up early, get your day started with a nice workout and that, because you will actually have more energy with that, versus thinking, oh, now I'm just going to be even more tired. I don't have the energy to even give of myself anymore. But it doesn't work that way. And then your mental clarity is better. It just really, it has to start with your health and fitness first, and then you can start to incorporate the other things that are accessories. I think you use a saying before, when I was going through training, about your skincare and all of that is the basics, but then something about your skin is your personal trainer. And that really makes a good sense.
Yes, yes. I used to compare the perfect face to the perfect body, just to put it in perspective for people. So basically your injectables are your personal trainer, right? Yeah. Expensive, highly gratifying, but I always said if you wanted to be in a swimsuit competition, you couldn't just see your personal trainer once or twice. You would actually have to exercise. And I compare that to exercising your skin, whether it's microneedling, lasers, chemical peels. You're just working out that skin rejuvenation and cellular turnover. But then if you wanted to be in a swimsuit competition, you would have to eat good. And that's your products, your nutrition for your face. And I tell people all the time, you can pick and choose whatever works for your lifestyle, your budget. But I would find that clients wanted to come in, only afford to be able to do Botox, but expect a swimsuit, ready face, if you will.
Right.
And so I like to use that analogy. I actually learned it from an old coworker of mine, an esthetician, and I took that away because it was able to integrate in my practice. But I feel like in your gym world, it probably really makes sense.
Right, exactly. Because so I love that.
It takes all 3 to go make the world go round, right? In the gym, like seeing a personal trainer, I never really believed in them because I'm anti being told what to do, like if anybody knows me. And I was like, I don't want to be told what to do. But I realized that all these years that I was working out alone, I was probably doing it incorrectly.
Yeah.
And then I thought I was eating good, right? But then like there's so much like new research and stuff, like you need someone almost to keep you updated on like the latest and greatest of what you could, because I could have probably accelerated my overall wellness had I just listened, but I was just too stubborn to ever do so. Yeah. But then like it's kind of like finding a gym's kind of like finding your injector. You just got to find one that works for you and your lifestyle. And that you really enjoy to go to see.
That you connect with. And,
yes. I love the community at your gym. Like it's just kind of like open, like it's assigned workouts, but it's not like drill sergeant, do this all at the same time. You get to pick and choose, and then you get to kind of socialize all at the same time and be corrected.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that there is, when you come into a group like that, people seem intimidated by it, but it's like anything, like high energy, good vibrations and all that sort of stuff. You see other people like you and you want to do good because their energy is contagious, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the relationships with injectors too, you know, like you just fit with people, and allowing the professionals to be professional and guide you in your aesthetics or your fitness or whatever. It gives you a sense of ease.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to think about it.
And we talked about one time about not really finding the time for yourself, right? Like, and again, I allude a lot of my not working out, you know, years ago. I always have, like, just probably not to the level that I do now, but I think now is probably a level of desperation. But I think it was mainly attributing that I was so busy in my business and building my career that I made a lot of excuses. And I had 3 children, you know, that I was raising simultaneously. What takeaway would you give to anyone that is trying to harmonize or manage their lifestyle and they're busy?
If you're not putting yourself first and being the best that you can be, you really can't be your best for anybody else. So you have to give to yourself before you have enough to give to others. And that starts with your, you know, your health and your wellness, the longevity. You can't, you got to plan to be around a long time and take care of yourself first so that you can give to other people. Otherwise you don't have the energy. Like you said, how do you manage both things? If I'm not taking care of myself first, then I wouldn't have the energy or the drive to want to keep going or keep putting in the effort.
So I had a controversy with my boyfriend once over the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, and I was like, let's play a game and rate the girls, right? And he was like, they're all 7s or above because their bodies are good. And I'm like, really? Like, I'm staring at the face, and I was like so like vindictive, because to me a face just really matters, right? I go to the gym and I like see like maybe a good looking decent human across the way, and then they get up closer and I'm like, no. So I'm gonna ask you, because I made our social media manager post a poll one time, because just out of spite, and I was like, okay, we're not gonna do mine, but like face, body, or soul. Okay. What do you think is the most important?
Oh, face, body, or soul? I think the soul. I mean, I think if you're not kind on the inside and you're not a good person on the inside, there's no way that can shine through to the outside, right?
Honestly, I can see beautiful people, and then you talk to them and they have no depth, and you're like, whatever, like that's not even worth. So I agree, but overall, would you pick face or body?
This is so hard, because I am in between. Like, I am both people, the fitness and the other. I feel like I'm gonna go body first, and the reason is because when I see somebody who is taking care of their body and putting in the time that it takes to do that and the discipline to do that, that says a lot to me about their overall character and how they approach life. Are they lazy with life, or are they intentional with life? That sort of thing. Because, you know, when you come to us as injectors, that's like a 30-minute appointment of your life, and you came and you sat there and you got the treatments or whatever, which are still important because the whole package. But for somebody to be disciplined enough and get up early to, you know, fit it into their day, I just feel like taking care of your body health shows more about your character, if you will.
Fair.
So, but I do feel like you need to make the whole package.
I think, though, the great thing about the face, though, it is like it takes consistency, just like the body does. But I feel like it's a little easier, like to correct in less amount of time, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's kind of your quicker fix for sure. Like, you can go and see you're an injector and your esthetician and get the services and probably get, you know, to a good happy medium way quicker than you can be staying disciplined, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
That's 1,000%.
But the thing is, overall, is that people need to invest into themselves. Not to the point where they're so self-serving and so like self-righteous by any means, but like it's important to have that self-love and self-respect, because that's, and then when we physically feel empowered, we're better at everything.
Right.
We're a better friend, a better wife, a better career person, you know, like anything, or a better mom, if that will be, when you have that boost of confidence. And I just think that body and face are hand in hand.
They're connected, yeah.
Yes, and for so long it was disconnected because I think there was such the stigma.
Yeah.
And now I just feel like I spoke about this earlier during our conference, is that like social media is raising the bar really high for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's getting a good body, everyone's getting a good face, and the filters, you know, or you can image adjust and make you slimmer or whatever, but like I don't know. I see the shift in the world, though, of it actually physically changing into reality part, too. It's not just the filters.
Yeah. Yes. And that is a long conversation to have when you think.
It's a long conversation because older people are looking younger. And younger people are just actually integrating wellness and health from an earlier age than what we had been taught.
Right.
I mean, I was fed cheap banquet dinners, like baked turkey, up until my 20s. Cereal. Yes, like now, like we've learned so much as a culture about, you know, conditioning wellness early on. What do you think about GLP-1s? Do you use those in your practice?
I do. I do the GLP-1s, and I think that they do have a place in them. I feel like it's most controversial when it's people that are trying to lose like 10 pounds versus just putting the discipline in there, getting to the gym right, making a little bit more effort in their nutrition. But I mean, obesity is a very big problem that has its own like diabetes, you know, cardiovascular disease. So weight loss for those that are going to improve their health. And for some people, it also, they see some success in their weight loss and it makes them motivated then to go to the gym, and then they're losing weight and they're, you know, going to want to fix other things about them. So I think that society is kind of overusing them a little bit for what they're actually and should be intended for. But at the end of the day, people's confidence is being helped and improved. Their health is improving, especially if they were very obese with the diabetes and the cardiovascular. And it's really not always our place to judge how somebody gets to a healthier point, you know?
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, sometimes it was just myself was last because I was servicing others for so long. With that being said, with the GLP-1s, what do you see like? Do you see like more skin laxity because people are abusing it and doing it too fast?
It's too fast. Yeah, the skin can't keep up with that much volume loss in them. So, I mean, I think that the aesthetic industry is going to see a large integration of services that do treat rejuvenation of the skin laxity, the collagen treatments, because people do get very gaunt with those. I will say though, being able to see it from an aesthetic point and being in the gym, the clients that I have that integrate exercise program, because they are showing muscle wasting with these GLP-1s, like that's why a lot
like 50%
of
or something.
So more muscle wasting than actual fat loss a lot of times for people. But the ones of my clients who embrace like, okay, I'm using the GLP-1 to give me a kickstart my weight loss journey, but they also implement our workout program and have strength training, not cardio, because, you know, again, this could go a lot of different directions for a really long podcast, but strength training being so important in our overall bone density, muscle mass, and that they look way better. Like they really do. They're not as just like a bag of bones once they've lost all that weight. So I'm hoping that people will use the GLP-1 to kind of help control their plate, their fork. But while they're not battling all those cravings and stuff, start implementing good, healthy lifestyle adjustments like exercising, picking better foods, things like that. So they're not battling the cravings at the same time.
Right. So you recently purchased a new energy device. What is that device called?
It's a Photona laser. So it will do the IPL, the BBL. It has, you know, all spectrums of light, but it does skin tightening and rejuvenation. There's a 4D facelift is like the main featured service that it does, where it lifts and tightens the skin intraorally and exteriorly to provide you like a facelift without and being invasive.
Perfect. Can it be used off body, like for body also?
Yeah,
for
it can be
tightening?
used in like the biggest hot spots are your face, your neck, skin tightening, but you can do the abdomen or any of the areas that have some laxity in your skin.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is fun. So exciting. Well, what else? Anything else you want to share with?
No, I mean, this was exciting. I appreciate you coming on, helping me get a little more comfortable speaking on the camera, which I am not great at.
And tell us what your Instagram handle is.
My Instagram handle for the gym is fitfunsize.rn. The med spa is Drip City MedSpa on Instagram and Facebook. And then I recently ventured into TikTok and used our new rebranding, and it's Face and Body Beauty.
I love that.
And Body Beauty.
And then as far as your gym, does it have a handle?
Yeah, it's at team_branch.
All right, and I hope everybody wants to join me in for a class. It's always exciting, and because I love, it's like my new social hour.
Yeah, it is fun. It's really a good group of people.
I feel like, again, when you have a pressed schedule and you're trying to fit everything in, it's like my new way of socialize. I no longer have really the time or energy to go to dinners, but it's like, hey, meet me at this workout class, and we get to work out and socialize at the same time and just have fun and just know that we're becoming the better versions of ourselves.
And you don't even have to be a member. We have a 7-day trial for $25, or you can just drop in class by class, and we're just in O'Fallon off of TR Hughes and 70. So.
Well, I love that. Well, I'll see you there next week.
Yeah, good. You better be.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.